Last time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater. Alec and Harlock explore the tunnels beneath Fairmay and discover the alien seed Glorbnock and its forlorn friend Lauren, and decided it best to relocate the two to Demon's Knot and tried to convince them to agree, before calling on Cersei and any other volunteers for help with their mission. While Pleek and Vortiga remained in Dirt, the rest of the group headed to Fairmay and found their friends in a hole, and followed them across the ocean, debating what to do with Lauren and Glorbnock, before reaching Demon's Knot, and ushering both Lauren and Glorbnock through Ermunsul into another plane. And now, Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater continues.
We know where Osk is. Who's Osk with right now?
I'm not sure if you know where Osk is. You know he left. He walked out of Evercrook's, but he never came back. I don't know if he's responded to any bracer calls lately, but that'd be the only way you'd be able to contact him. So.
Because he's with Vortiga right now, right? Outside game. We don't know.
No. Whereas Vortiga was with you guys, I thought.
No.
He was with Ramses, but Ramses and Vortiga separated.
Okay, so
Vortiga's probably with. So you'll probably left Vortiga behind with Pleek, so they're probably together.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I completely forgot we had Vortiga with us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
well. Osk is going to show up tonight. He's not going to play, but he's going to come say hi.
Because if Osk and Ramses went somewhere else, didn't they?
Yeah, you don't know that though. Yeah, they've been all kinds of places.
That's right.
But I mean, are they still in Southport with the Book of the Plane of Many whatever?
No, I don't think they're in Southport right now. They left Southport recently. But you would, like I said, you can go looking for them, but you won't be able to find them, no matter where you look. So.
All right. Well, I guess they need to go back and get their rewards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
right.
I want to give Peripheral, since he was such a huge fucking help, I'm going to give him a bottle of ale.
Oh, he loves that. And invite you guys back to the circle to smoke and drink with him.
Yay.
We would love to, but we're in a little bit of a rush here. But we'll catch you.
He says, "There's there's always time for a drink, my friend." He says, "Life's too short to not enjoy the little moments."
All right, you're fucking right.
All right. He's a gnome. You can't not drink with a gnome when they offer, man. That's just culturally insensitive.
Okay. Yeah, we'll sit around.
All right, he sits around, passes on the peace pipe, and you guys share the bottle. And he gets to telling stories like he does. He tells a really long story. It's his way. You know, similar stories to yours about how heroes in the past have brought things here to dispose of them because Ermunsul is great and wise, and that's why he protects Ermunsul, because the forces of evil seek to destroy it or use it for evil, and you know he must stay here and protect it. But like he says, his forces are getting smaller and he's getting weaker, and you know he needs help protecting Ermunsul. And that's what you guys get over the course of the stories he tells. He tells you lots of cool stories about how Ermunsul saved the world many times, and of all the great creatures that have been cast into Ermunsul, just like Glorbnock.
Is this where the...
We just have Chef Barrqlae into the fun.
Yeah, he also offers you guys, the same thing as before, those planar key doors and stuff, if you're interested. He says he's got a bunch of extras now since so many people have left. He says you're even welcome to take the door with you. You can put it wherever you want.
Sweet, so it wouldn't only work on the island?
Yeah, it would work wherever you put the door, within 500 miles of wherever you put the door. You can use any other door to get to that apartment, and then come out of the door then come out of your apartment wherever you left the door.
What's he looking for these?
You pull it back up and see how much. I think it was 2,500, but I'll double check.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Well, I want to ask Periphery, how badly do you want to protect this tree and your people?
I was tasked with this. He says I have no choice. Right. He says that's all I want to do. That's all I've wanted to do since I was born. He says this is my mission in life.
I'm gonna roll diplomacy.
And my son's after mine.
And I got a 25 on diplomacy, and I'm gonna pull out the sheet of paper, and I'll say, for the small price of your soul, you will get a wish, and perhaps it will help you in your endeavors. All you have to do is sign right here. Being completely honest. Small price of your soul, you get what you want.
All right, he'll take the contract and look at it, and he says he'll look at Alec and Harlock and says, "Do you guys know about this?"
I go, I will do whatever I can to get those gnomes back and protect this tree, and without you having to sell your soul. No offense to you.
Alright, I'm gonna try to offer him an easy way out.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Yeah. He says, I'm sure if you would ask anyone else in this village, they would have said yes. He says, but I've had my experiences with the HBI. He says, and I work with the Blinding Light Guild hand in hand, and I know better than to sign one of their contracts. He says they always come with a catch. He says, and
Wasn't trying to trick you, bud. I'm just giving you an offer.
I appreciate the offer, but not interested.
Be Jehovah's Witness.
Whatever, dude. That'll be 1,000 gold in my pocket. Whatever. He gets
True.
He kind of wants, maybe, and
He might get something he wants, but he might lose something else. You never know.
Juan and Cersei, though, if you guys would want to help these guys out and liberate some gnomes, that would be great. Maybe not now. Sometime in the near future. They're dwindling.
But I mean,
by the day.
it seems like quite an endeavor to liberate these gnomes that you speak of. The only way we can do that is probably pick out Barrqlae.
No, we just have to go in there, secret style, and sneak out all the gnomes during the dead of night.
I mean, I understand Southport is dark, but you're dealing with a lot of creatures, hobgoblins.
No, we take them to the tunnels.
Oh,
Tunnels are full of drow and hobgoblins and spiders and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, and they're in Northport. The factory's in Northport, and that's where the gnomes you saw were in Northport. And Barrqlae is usually in Westport, but they are connected by tunnels. The tunnels only lead to other tunnels, and they're all controlled by drow. So you would probably want to get them above ground, but not more underground.
Let's head back to Southport. And
Hang on, wait. Before we go anywhere, let me check. I got a spell that might help.
Oh, death to all droughts.
We had 2.0, we had a good run, but it's
I always forget these guys. Sorry, dude, not you. You're cool.
We can use like my dimensional door to like just let everybody run out and teleport them anyway.
That would be awful.
we just need to buy one of these fucking doors.
Oh, yeah.
Door key. And then just like...
Oh, no, be like, hey, we...
Have a key to a gnome apartment.
Yeah, Liz already... Juan has a key to a gnome apartment already, so she can actually just move her door if she wants now. Her door's just in a pile in the ground because they have so many extra doors because they left their mound village. So your doors is like mixed in a pile. So if you even try climbing out of your door, you have to like climb past a bunch of other doors anyway. So if you want to go get your door, it's numbered in that pile. You can just match your key number to the door number, and you can take it with you when you leave if you want.
How do I take a door?
They're like little portholes. They're not very big. I mean, they're gnome-sized holes that the gnomes can fit through. So like for you, it's like really hard to squeeze through, but what's what goes in and out of these tiny apartments. And as long as you have the magic key, you can put that in any door. And open it, and it'll enter that tiny apartment. And then you come out of it wherever this door is, the circle door.
Hey, Periphery, how about you give us a couple of doors, and we'll free some gnome buddies. But we're gonna need some doors to get them back here.
He says, that makes sense. What if I just give you a bunch of keys, and then they'll reappear here out of these doors, right?
Yeah.
But the doors don't work the other way around, because if you just put the door somewhere, it's just like the door's here, there's an apartment there. So.
We'll leave the doors here.
Yeah, that plan makes more sense.
But yeah, we're gonna need some keys.
All right, he'll agree to give you as many keys as you think gnomes you can liberate.
Yeah, I don't know how many.
I want to do like 500 gnomes.
Yeah.
All right, he'll give you 5 rings of 100 keys each.
Wowzer.
So wait, the gnomes, it only does one gnome at a time?
Yeah, I mean, you could take one key. Yeah, but see, when you open a door, only one person can fit. They're very small apartments. You couldn't fit. I mean, you could fit more than one person in there, but it's gonna be a squeeze. Even gnomes to fit 2 or 3 is tight.
I thought they could only fit one human. I thought it could fit.
Yeah, it could fit 2 or 3 gnomes. You could probably fit 3 gnomes in every hole you do. So they would probably be fine with that. So you guys probably take less keys and do 3 in every hole.
We'll take a couple hundred keys each.
Yeah.
But
200.
we're also gonna need a shit ton of doors. How many doors do you have?
They can use the same door over and over. Right?
Yeah, they just have to exit they have to, like, if they can go in 3 at a time, they have to wait for 3 to leave before they can reuse the door again. You know what I mean? If you're using the same key, if you use a different key, it'll go to a different door. So if you had a bunch of keys, you can open a bunch of different doors at once. But if you only have... But if you only have one key, you have to do it over and over again and wait the period of time it would take them to escape, and then do it again, and wait for the period of time it would take 3 to escape, and then do it again.
With a cell door, like, are they locked up at night? So could you just
So if
hand
they
a bunch
put
of...
it into the other side of the cell door?
We can open the cell doors.
No, you give them the keys and they...
All we have to do is go in there, scatter the keys to everyone. They open their own cells and they're gone.
We just gotta get to it.
We just bake a bunch of
Let's
cakes.
make sure that we all have a key for ourselves as well, so we can make a quick getaway.
I got
Never
200 of
got
them.
one
I got
He's my
$200.
Yeah.
He said he'd give us
I mean, I think at this
$300.
point, if you guys like kept a couple of keys, he didn't count them. He just seemed to like hand you. He's like, all right, if you guys can free this many gnomes, it's a deal. I think he's even like winking at you, like if you keep a key, no hard feelings. They'll be numbered, so you'll be able to find your door later, as long as you can find the number to your door later.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, I got one.
So, and then Juwan's already got one. Are you leaving your door here for now, for this mission's sake at least? You can take it when you leave later, but if you guys are gonna do this, yeah.
Whenever I leave, but I don't know.
Because you want to put it in your pocket, or else you like go in the door and like pop back out of your bag and be like, I'm in my bag.
I'm in my bag.
Yeah.
Because this has been me and Harlock's baby for a while.
Alright,
Yeah.
Let's go to Southport first.
Yeah, we gotta go to Southport.
All right, you guys go back to Southport to report mission successful, and that you're going to go on another mission for good. And
Yeah.
Longa will be impressed, and you know that Cersei tried to help, although she still seems suspicious. Doesn't 100% trust Cersei yet, nor Juwan. No, they did help. They did help, and they're willing to help on your next mission. She says, like, obviously they're in it for more than one mission, so I guess this is their chance to prove they really are good. So if they'll help you on this next mission, that's fine. She will give you your reward for your first good mission, which I believe is a super dank shield.
Use your shield? Hell yeah. Oh,
Oh, it's the Shield of the Sun. If you can't use it, you can always sell it.
Remind me like a shield of the, or a buckler of the sun. Shield of the butt.
No, but like I said, you can sell it. It's a +5 large shield. Gives you +5 to your AC. It allows the wielder to cast spells as if you were a 20 level paladin with charisma of 20.
Ooh.
shit.
Wait, caster level 20.
And a charisma of 20. Spells gained are cumulative with any other existing spells per day that you might have. It grants his wielder spell resistance of 15, so you now have a spell resistance of 15. It absorbs first 10 points of damage from an energy attack, fire, cold, acid, electricity, or sonic. In return for this, once per year, the shield's owner must undertake a quest at the behest of the lawful good deity. So is your deity lawful? Lawful good? As if not, if not, once a year you have to take an order from a different lawful good deity if you wield the shield, but...
Well, don't worry about what it does, because this is scrap metal for me. Just kidding, I know it's worth a lot. I love it.
If you are chaotic or evil and you wield the shield, you will gain 4 negative levels while carrying it.
Like, even on my back?
Yeah, if you're carrying it, -4 levels.
Well, we went neutral when we joined the blind light.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're just true neutral?
Yeah.
Oh.
Neutral.
I forgot about that.
It says these shields were recovered from the plane of shadow. It says, you know, they're forged from the brightest light, and they're hidden in the plane of shadow. It says, and these were recovered by other Blinding Light Guild members who have donated them to you, since you have proven yourself worthy that you may be able to use them to good. And the only way they can be destroyed is by a good aligned character casting it into the Well of Eternal Night. So that's if you ever want to destroy it. If you're tired of doing good quests every year, you can, but...
Fuck all of that.
You have to go on another quest.
You have to go on a quest to destroy it, exactly. So there's your choice. Either go on a quest to destroy the shield, and then it won't ever come back, or you have to go on a good lawful quest once a year. But it is a pretty badass shield, if you can carry shields. And if not, you can get a lot of money for it.
Yeah, we're looking at the old crazy praise.
You can get 20,000 for it.
Jesus Christ. Hold on to that for dear fucking life.
Yeah.
Where's it say? I'm pretty sure I can have it.
You should.
It's a large shield. You have to be able to carry large shields. So check and see what size shield you're allowed to carry. As long as you can carry a large shield and you are not an evil character, as long as you're not chaotic or evil, you're fine.
Yeah, I've got most of them. So I don't.
Not worth it for you. It's the gold's worth more than you can sell it right here, right now, dude. You'll get full price for it, 20,000.
Grand, selling it.
Yeah, now you're the richest good guy in all of the island. Longa will approach Cersei and Juwan and ask if you guys are planning on going on this quest to free the gnomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She asks what your motives are, like why are you going along?
I'm not a big deal on people being enslaved and whatnot. I'm okay with prostitution. I like to get down.
That's
But,
that's only if they're willing though, right? You're not like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not sex trafficking. There's your willing prostitutes that want this job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is my first forte into, foray into righting the wrongs of the world.
I've run into some shitty gnomes, but these guys in the forest seem pretty cool.
Seem decent. She'll agree. Her and Periphery go way back. And his father before him, even though gnomes grow to be pretty old. She will offer you guys another chance to join the Blinding Light Guild and join the side of good officially.
I want to do it.
Good. Join us.
We're having a good time.
One of us. One of us.
Do you want to do it?
I will just say that we tried to get out of it, but there's no other way to.
Yeah.
You gotta sign up.
I'm gonna flat out.
You don't have
say,
to do anything.
I'm not prepared to commit to this.
Yeah,
Guys.
you never. That's what you. Cersei.
You guys keep telling
Cersei
me
is
stuff
stuck with that every time, and I like it. Cersei's her own.
Yeah,
Cersei's like, I'm my own bitch.
Go. I want to do what Cersei wants to do. So me and Broderick are gonna say no, thank you, but I will help you out in your endeavors.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. She understands.
When they do. Right now, I can't commit to them.
Yeah,
Does
they
it
understand.
force you to be good? Or?
No, it doesn't force you to do anything, but it does punish you whenever you do evil.
Right, and I might have to do something evil to make my plans go forward. I don't do anything too crazy evil, but I
How do you get punished?
You'll take whenever you do an evil act, you take a -6 to an ability score that has to be.
I'm happy to help decide if
generally
good,
the way,
but
And you get to decide what's evil.
Well, yeah, I gotta decide what's evil. Yeah. Duh.
for me, as long as the means justify the ends, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
But
is it like
my
justified
end game-
evil? Like if I'm doing it
Good
for
or
a good
it's
reason?
it's
Or
good or evil. There's good. There's evil. I mean, I think for me, an evil act in the game is usually pretty obvious. Like if it's questionable, then it's not evil. But I think most
but
of the
if I
time
do
in
it
the
for
game.
good reason, do you consider that evil?
What do you mean, do evil
Like
for a good
whenever-
reason?
I don't know, like murdering all those people because of racism.
Well, that was pretty evil. I don't know. I don't know if murder is the solution to racism. I don't know if you're hearing yourself. I agree racism is bad, but I don't know if murder is the better. Like I did the good thing, and the racism was so bad, but murder is
Racisms are so bad.
Murder is bad or worse than racism. It's hard to say.
All right,
Of course,
well, I'll take
racist
it.
murder is worse than regular murder, I guess. But
I killed them all. It was that's on me, Juan, not you.
Yeah.
You wanted it to happen. I actually did it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cersei committed the murder, so sometimes it's good to have someone that can do the evil, even if you're. I mean, she'll even say that as far as the White Crystal's concerned. I mean, they've had many people that worked for the White Crystal General or whatever, the leader, that were not necessarily good. Like Barrqlae for a long time worked with the White Crystal before he started doing Havoc type stuff. For a long, long time, for many generations, worked alongside, and he was never necessarily good. They never cleared him for the White Crystal. But he was a very powerful wizard, and he was a great ally to them for a long time, and made a lot of stuff they needed to happen, and he was able to do stuff no one else was willing to do. So maybe that's the role Cersei's playing, and she's not here to judge that, as long as she's working on your side and whatever. But it is open to Juan if you would like to take the mark and be a full-fledged member. Get
I mean,
similar
I want to
rewards
be-
like your friends. And
I want to be a good person. I don't want to be an evil person, but I also do think that it is necessary sometimes to do bad things. But I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
Juan, you
no
said
wonder
that-
you failed the test. But yeah.
Juan, you said you were hoping you were willing to follow me, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like go with me, and I said I kind of needed you to be my good angel on my shoulder, basically.
Yeah.
So I would have no problems with you taking this good alignment or whatever.
I don't want it to
I'd
be
be
like I'm only doing this because I want the crystal part. I just want to be a good. Being
It's just like
labeled
proof.
evil was kind of a wake up call for me. I was like, oh wait a minute, am I evil?
Yeah. So you want to be able to prove that you're good. So you say, I'm not doing this for the crystal. So you're actually even doing the higher thing, like, I want the mark, but I'm not doing it for the crystal. I'm just doing it because I'm good and I want to be good.
I don't know. That crystal's kind of scary.
Right, so that's even better. So you don't want the crystal. That's even more impressive to her. She definitely wants you to take the mark now and join the Blind and Light Guild.
Do I have
She
to
said
accept
maybe
right
you
now?
are a candidate. No, you can choose whenever you want. She's just offering it to you. If you want to join, it's an open club to people that they think are good enough to handle it.
Okay, cool.
You can just join after the mission if you want. If you want to go on this one more good mission and then decide.
Yeah, can I go on the mission and then decide if I want to do it then?
Yeah, sure.
But if you join now, maybe you'll get a cool present like they did after this mission.
It's true, because then you'd be completing your first good quest as a Blind Light Guild member, and after your first quest, you always get a reward. Then after that, it's random. It's intermittent after that, after some number of quests.
Okay. Right.
Not trying to force you to do it, but if you're planning on doing it anyway, why not do it
Yeah,
now?
and if you don't think you're evil, then you have nothing to lose. I mean, really, you have not. If you're a good character, you're good
But you've
aligned.
made me nervous now. You made me think that I do evil things, and I don't want to get punished.
You did slap that kid that one time, but I
That
don't know
kid
about...
was trying to steal my money. What am I supposed to do?
Bitch trying to take my money! Violence is the answer! I don't know.
Murder him.
I don't know what I'm just saying, they have to be very scrutinous for good reason.
Juan, I'm willing to do
Fine.
the...
Give me
you
the
stick
mark.
with me, I can do the evil stuff.
Do it.
All right.
Give me the mark.
Boom! Lauren gives you the glowing gold mark on your arm where you just tapped yourself. That's where you would like it. It does emit a slight glow. Your aura is now have to be either neutral, lawful good. Yeah.
I'm neutral good.
Yeah, that's fine.
already.
Neutral good's fine. Yeah, all those are good. All three, that 3L right there
Done.
are all fine. So yeah, you're in the zone. Yeah, they meet at the temple. You now have access to their guild hall, which is attached to the temple. And now you also have access to everything else in town. If you go to the Holy Academy and study there, you also can gain Holy Weapon once a day, but that takes some time. But you gain access to discount at all the market here, the Alchemist and the Herbalist. You gain access to everything in the Celestial Cathedral, including Observatory with a Celestial Lens. You gain access to free total healing at the Healing Hand, which is like their hospital. Now that you have the Mark of Justice, you can accept all healing there for free, which includes regeneration and restoration. So even if you do an evil act and you take a negative ability score, you can come back here and repent, and they can heal that, and you just have to come all the way back here to their hospital.
Yeah.
And regeneration too. So even if you lose a limb, they can grow it back for you.
Ooh.
It goes that far.
Well, is that free?
Yeah, as long as you have the mark.
I have a note up here that says I'm blind in my left eye, so I'd like to fix that. If
You want to fix your left eye? All right, they can magically heal your left eye. Bada bing, bada bang. Your perception's improved.
Hell yeah, erase that shit.
Can I have my eye patch back?
Cersei wants her eye patch back now that you got healed.
Yeah, of course. Here you go.
I'm 4 Twisted Teas and half a 40 deep. I made a rash decision. Can I use a hero point and get my shield back?
And as long as you give him the money back, he'll.
I was just looking it up when I was smoking a cigarette.
All right, yeah, you can hero point or rewind time and Indian give. I'll allow it. Whatever that offensive term is. Is there a less offensive way to say that?
Native American gift.
Got it.
Native American take.
First people's give. He has a badass shield. Being a good guy has its rewards. So is being a bad guy. Just no one's been bad enough yet to get them. You guys were the first guys to to finish a good guy super quest. And you did it without being mythic.
Alright, so, we'll get going with us, bringing a spider, and we're going to start heading towards, where's the, Westport?
Well, all the gnomes are in Northport.
Northport, to where the gnomes are.
Alright, so you guys never really saw where the gnomes were, but I think you had a hint of that they never leave the factories, and they weren't in the factories, so you think that underneath the factories there are tunnels. I think Oz might have. I don't know. You guys haven't talked to Oz, so you probably couldn't have reported that back to you.
Somehow we knew they were in tunnels.
We talked to the foreman or something in one of the factories.
Yeah, somehow you gleaned the information. I remember there being something as well. So I agree.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure where it is, but you do think it's underneath the city of Northport. Probably in some of these connected drow caverns. You are familiar that there's drow caverns here. You've been down and then some. Because you went down that one with that kid from the bar. But that one just led you south. The one that was hidden in the woods just seemed to go south. But you do know that there are tunnels, you do know there are caverns, and you do know that's probably where these guys are hidden underneath that factory in town.
Should while we're heading north, should we cut through Darkwood and maybe chat with Periphery again? Maybe glean some more insight.
Yeah, I'd like to do that and tell him that we're doing it. We're going to go save, and if he could have anything that would help us out idea-wise. Well, we've already done that, haven't we?
And you got all those keys. That was a pretty good idea.
We didn't probe him for information. Enough.
Yeah, what else do you want to know? He'll tell you whatever you want to know. He's been trying to, his like I said, he had that nephew that's been trying to rescue people for a while, the one that led you into town before.
I didn't write that down. Or I did, it's in my other book.
I can look real quick and see what his name was. Barrqlae, I believe.
Barrqlae,
sneaky gnome, yeah. It's got that written down.
Yeah. But he's not here right now. He was off on a mission to try to rescue some gnomes and hasn't returned.
Why don't we go back to the bar and try to glean some more... Oh, fuck no, dude. They're going to make us drink more elven acid, whatever that shit was.
Yeah, that shit was terrible.
It was drow poison.
Yeah.
Let's ask Peripheral on the way. Does he know of any more tunnels, or no?
Periphery knows that this island is full of tunnels that were dug by the dragons that are now extinct that used to live underground here. Says they've all been wiped out, but the tunnels still remain. He says, but the drows and other monsters have kind of taken them over. He says, we gnomes try to avoid them. Most of us don't survive very long down there. So what are you cats up to? You talk to Periphery. He's, other than the fact that his nephew Fabricus went trying to rescue gnomes and hasn't returned. They've tried everything they can. They're tiny, and they know magic and crafting, but no one seems to come back.
Alright, I guess let's travel to Northport.
Try to get some information on how to get down to.
And along the way, I want to chat with Circes and tell them what we learned. In our last failed attempt, we were trying to visit the factories, but none of the foremen would let us in to the factories. We do know that they're locked up underground somewhere, but we don't know where.
Maybe with your ways, your wily woman ways, you could probably figure out something.
My diplomacy was pretty fucking baller. Not as good as it is now, but it was pretty good last time, and it still didn't really get us.
Yeah.
Well, I could dimensional door myself into their little holding cells and drop off all the keys and
Figure out where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to be able to picture it to like have an it's a dimensional door to it. You have to know where it is or have a visual representation of it.
Again.
Yeah, and I think especially if you mentioned that you are from, so this is in game, that you guys are from, what's the name of the island?
I mean, I'll assume you guys are still outside of the city on your way there, just like walking through the woods talking.
Game talk on the way there, hyping it up. You're from that island, and that you're a business owner, and you're also a prime investor in that place, and then you're trying to.
I like that you're coming up with your backstory.
Yeah, and that you guys.
Like when Dale and Big Ed went to the casino.
Can I just shapeshift to look like one of the guards that like leaves, and then be like, oh fuck, I forgot my apple or whatever, and then like walk back down the thing, and like toss keys.
Are you asking them or me?
You.
I can't answer that question unless you're doing it. That's how this game works.
A large halfling workforce on Reyes, and we're looking to start rebuilding on the island and see if maybe they have some.
Are we doing this now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go to a factory then, I guess.
All right, you guys report to one of the Barrqlae Industries factories, largest maker of magical items in the known universe. You're allowed into the reception area, and that's it.
Reception checks.
Yeah.
Actual 20.
19.
All right. Anyone that got over a 20 will recognize the receptionist as a female drow. There are several hobgoblin guards that seem pretty well armed, guarding several, two doors. But there are several of them guarding these two doors. There are some product catalogs on the tables, and nice seating, plants, some pleasant music in the air that seems to be coming from nowhere. You're greeted when you walk in, and asked how they can help you. Are you here to buy wholesale, or where's your wholesale license, that kind of stuff?
Diplomacy and see if I can check out their stock and see if perhaps their workforce might be able to be used in Reyes.
All right, she'll gladly show you their stock in the catalog, which you're free to peruse. They do not allow anyone on the factory floor, unfortunately, and their workforce is not one that's mobile. It says they're contained here. It says we use only the finest gnome crafters to do our elven designs, and it says it's not a workforce that we intend to lose anytime soon. So, we have very well kept magical industrial secrets here, so no one can get past these doors without proper identification.
It's like a golden ticket, Willy Wonka. Yeah.
Once a year, we let 5 people from around the world that have bought Barrqlae magical items get in if they got a golden ticket in their magical item. So you're welcome to buy something at one of our fine shops and hope that it comes with a golden ticket. But otherwise...
Alright, well, I want to, look the receptionist up and down, drink her in.
Yeah. She seems like a bitchy drow. If you rolled over a 20, which I think you were one of the people that got over 20, right, for perception?
How do you do quality control checking for these gnomes, then? How do you know that the stuff that they're making is top shelf?
It says gnomes always, if you don't know anything about gnomes, they're the highest quality crafters in the world. They're so tiny and their hands are so tiny, they're just really good at crafting things. Like, they're really good at design, following our design plans, and they make, they're from the Feywild like we are. They understand magic. They're excellent crafters. They're dedicated to crafting. They love the work. This is, as long as you keep them, we keep our workforce as happy as possible, and they, continue to create the most wonderful magic goods in the world. Just as,
cool.
As long as they're happy, we have good products.
Well, if we can't
I have
see,
a diplomacy that I'd like to drop on this lady.
Well, can we see the
perhaps
place where
the
they
gnomes
are?
would be better workers if they had a little bit of entertainment while they're in their cells. I could hop down there with my golden lute, play them a little Wonderwall, really lift their spirits. Make them really want to, work the little overtime, perhaps.
Yeah, she says she appreciates the idea and the effort, but she would have to clear that with her manager. They said they don't usually allow guest performers, but...
Talk to the manager.
All right.
Yeah, we would
want to speak to the manager.
I want to speak to the manager.
All right, she presses a buzzer. Barrqlae appears. He says, "Oh, it's you guys." Says, "There's something I can help you all with?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking to serenade your gnome workforce to really just really uplift their spirits, get them cracking out a whole bunch of good magical items for you down there.
He laughs and he says, "Cersei, I always knew you were perfect for havoc." He says, "Here to cause mischief, I assume. Play the lute for my workers." He says, "This is obviously some sort of ruse." He says, "I pulled the old lute for the worker game 100 years ago, before you, last time you were born." He says, "You're copying this scheme for me." He says, "I've seen this trick before. Don't you remember?" He says,
yeah, I'll do my knowledge history from my past life.
Yeah, you and Barrqlae are old friends. He helped you set up this whole make the thing happen every time for you. He's in it. He's in the game with you. Like, you know, he's trying to do the same thing you're doing right now. That's the whole reason he has this zombie body. He's trying to stay in the game. You found a way to break the rules. You found a way to break the rules and stay in the game. He's trying to do the same thing right now. Like, you're his idol. He's looked up to you. He followed you in the last adventure, and he's learned from you, and like that's the reason he's made all these great magical advancements and stuff. So he sees you as an idol, but he's also, you know, he knows these tricks. He knows what, you know, he knows what's up.
I'm gonna say, come on, man, let me play some tricks. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's mix it up.
All right, that he'll like. He says on one condition. He says promise me you won't go with the black crystal or the white crystal. Promise you'll stay in the game on the sidelines with me and roll the dice again.
I will make no such promise.
He says, then I make no such promise that I'll allow you in there. He says, but I'm sure if you're sneaky enough, and I says, I know you are, I'm sure you'll find a way to do whatever it is you're trying to do. He says, but I'm not just going to open the door for you. He says, it's not going to be that easy.
Just as I'm just not going to completely give up to the chance at power.
He says, I don't expect. He says, I didn't expect as much. He says, I know you've been trying to get this crystal for thousands of years. He says, I didn't expect you to give it up that easy. He says, I just hope that if you do get the crystal, you'll still let me play.
I'll take that under consideration.
Yeah. He says, I've always done everything I could to help your plan go off without a hitch.
All right, well, we'll thank him for his time, and let's be on our way.
All right, he'll wish you the best of luck in your plot.
All right,
and he'll even say, and he says, you know, and don't forget, sometimes the key is under the mat, and winks at you.
All right. Very good. Well, my plan would be to go back outside, summon a hut, and I'm going to scry on Barrqlae, see if I can get a little intimate knowledge of what's going on inside of this place, so that maybe I can teleport in or dimensional door in there.
Yeah.
And then I could do a perception check under the mat, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that means. Maybe it's a reference to something from your past with him. So you don't even know.
All right. Well, I'll roll a knowledge history on the mat.
All right.
It's gonna be a 33.
All right. So you would know the mat is what he used to call the pallet that the two of you slept on when you were lovers.
Gross.
Very gross.
Can I do a knowledge?
You think that maybe he was insinuating
that you could bang him?
Yeah. Maybe if you distract him, you could find out where use your womanly charms to get your ways. You know, he obviously looks up to you and will do anything you want. Really, he just he wasn't willing to give it up that easy.
Well, you guys want me to bang this guy or what?
Classic Cersei.
Do it.
You play a big titty. When you play a big titty swamp witch, you're gonna play a big titty swamp witch. She's a courtesan.
Well, I'll ask him to meet me at Silhouette's Lounge for a drink later. We can speak further.
All right, he'll agree to that. Pick your time. Whatever time you want him to be there, he'll be there. He's eager to please you, obviously.
We'll say we'll make it a midnight rendezvous at Silhouette's Lounge. That'll give us a little bit of time, I hope, to go back outside and we can
Yeah. He says, leave your friends at home.
Of course. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll make sure they hit the bricks.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. You don't want to
Gross.
Blue Samsaran straddling a freaking
Robot? He's not even a person anymore. He's like a zombie robot. He's got like a mostly glass body. Be careful not to crack him.
I got plans. Alright, so let's, you guys want to go outside and we'll summon a hut and make some plans?
Yeah, I guess so.
So you guys leave the city entirely, or do you cast a hut in the middle of the street blocking the pedestrian path?
Fuck him, do it in the middle of the street.
Or you leave the city of Northport and go just outside the wall. Cersei plops up a hut. You guys go inside and retire for a couple hours and get Cersei ready for a date, help her pick out her outfit and do her makeup and stuff and hair.
Okay.
And whatever else you want to do in that period of time. I mean, it's at midnight and you guys went in the middle of the day, so you have like 6 or 7 hours probably, even maybe more. You have plenty of time, really.
I want to sit down and spend an hour to make a potion.
You're going to take a 20 on it, or you're going to roll it so you can do it faster?
I have the bonus feat for the potion. So
Yeah.
I can make a potion of any level 3 spell or lower.
In an hour, dope.
Takes me an hour. Cost me 250 gold.
Dank. Dank feet, dude. Perfect for Cersei.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually from a hex that I picked up called Cauldron, which gives me the bonus feat. He's technically undead, right?
Yeah, technically. Well, yeah. I mean, the body is. He's technically not, but the body he is inside of, yes. He is controlling an undead. He's like animating the golem body. So he is not undead. The body is. So it's like a tricky question. You're familiar by now of the idea of the soul shards, and that's obviously what's inside these things because you've seen one. You've got one in front of you. Like if you wanted to study one right now, isn't 2.0 with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of these creatures very similar in design to the Barrqlae model. So if you wanted to at any point in time observe a machine to figure out how it works, you could just poke at 2.0 for a minute, and you could figure out all kinds of information about how his body works and where the soul shard is kept, all those other things you might need to know.
Oh, I forgot.
You could even just break 2.0 to figure out how to break Barrqlae, even if that was your own. It's like, what do we got to do to break this thing?
Don't you own him?
He'll just tell me
I mean, he doesn't know. He was just brought back to life in this body. He doesn't know the specs. He's not the scientist. He's just the guy controlling the body. But you could look at it. Like I said, you can look at it.
Is there owner's manual that he got?
No manual. No manual. This is more like reverse engineering. You're gonna have to just look at the thing and figure out how it works yourself. Use knowledge engineering, or if you want to not take it apart, if you have knowledge engineering, you can do that. That'd be pretty much it. Knowledge engineering would let you figure some stuff out.
All right,
that's a different thing.
I have a plan. I really don't want to tell it out loud for Brian because this would be a really fun little trick to play on you.
That's fine. Works. You don't have to tell me out loud. Aren't you just doing the plan?
I just don't know if this is going to work. This is risky for my life if I do this.
That's the best kind of plan.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of plans. Here's a hint.
Save you.
Here's the hint. If you're doing that kind of plan, that's pretty ballsy, and I usually let stuff like that either work out or I'll fuck with you, but then I'll let something really awesome come out of it. So even if it doesn't work out, I'll feel bad about it, and you'll get something really amazing in the end.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell them my plan. I'm gonna say, guys, I think I got this.
Okay.
And just let me roll with this, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay. Do you need me to do anything, like cast any spells?
Cersei, the great leader. One way or another, always has the idea.
If you guys can boost my intelligence in any way, that would be excellent.
I already like where this is going.
Oh, wisdom or?
No, I really need intelligence. You have the owl's.
Owl's wisdom.
I'm gonna cast
Nope.
Death Ward on you.
What's that do?
Grants bonuses against death spells and negative energy.
I've already got bonuses against death for my patron.
Yeah, how about Dispel Chaos? +4 bonus against attacks with chaotic creatures.
I think I'm just gonna roll with this, guys. There's a strong chance I'm not. If I walk away, I'm gonna be limping, but we'll see what happens.
Let's see what I got
can
for
heal
you from my
We'll save
oracle.
Anybody got any little items that give intelligence bonuses?
No.
I'll give you a Shield of Faith +3 on AC. Does Guidance give +1 to something?
I think it does give something +1 to a skill or something, I think.
+1 to
To any roll. Yeah, attack or skill.
One single saving throw or skill check. No.
Any skill
Okay.
check.
I'm gonna use Prayer on Will. Allies get +1 bonus on most rolls. Enemies get -1.
Okay.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
So I'm gonna meet up with them, and we're gonna have share a bottle of wine at the Silhouette's Lounge. a place that serves caviar as well? I want this to be sexy.
Yeah, they serve caviar here.
Alright, I want to get a bottle
And fine
of
wine,
caviar.
yeah.
I've got 10 candles. I'm going to bust out a candle, put it right there in the middle. Make it,
Alright, do you know how much all that
sexy.
stuff costs, or I need to look it up? Yeah, so it's 150 gold for the Chul caviar and 15 gold for the bottle of fine wine. It's not very fine wine, apparently. But it's decent. They seem heavier into the absinthe here. That seems the big thing here is the absinthe, but the fine wine's still decent.
I don't want absinthe. I don't want it. I just want fine wine. Stop it.
No absinthe.
Does that give you a bonus to intelligence?
It gives you a plus to charisma.
A lot of negs.
I've got diplomacy weed, so I don't really need to worry about that.
And it gives you a minus 1d4 con afterwards, but you're addicted. That's the problem with the absinthe is you get addicted to it. So there's a chance you can get addicted if you drink absinthe.
Rolling some sweet ass fort saves that night.
Alright, so yeah, I want to have my candle out and everything and really set the mood.
Okay, mood set.
Caviar, wine, 2 glasses. You can sit down and wait for Barrqlae to arrive.
Yeah, he arrives at midnight, right on time. He's well dressed. He's like wearing all black.
Oh, he's looking forward to
He's wearing
this.
his makeup, everything. He's all decked out. He's former drought.
Yeah, and I'll use my sleeves to put on something really, kind of tight, make the boobs really pop. Something lacy looking,
Yeah. I mean, you'll notice after looking at 2.0 and now Barrqlae's body, you'll notice he picked like the best parts for himself. This is obviously he picked a good model. The least gross looking dead elf parts for this body. Still pretty gross. He's a zombie man, and he's here for a date with you, and he even presents you with a bouquet of dead flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
That's super cute.
Excellent. I love dead flowers.
Yeah, he knows. He remembers that. He read it in your bio. Long walks in the graveyard, dead flowers.
You know how to schmooze a lady, I tell you what.
I want to see this dong he picked up.
I bet you do, you fucking weirdo.
Alright, I'm gonna be like...
I got it from the same store you did.
Barrqlae, where did you find these lovely flowers?
He says, I killed them myself this morning.
Excellent.
I just imagine him like punching flowers.
Die, flower, die!
Alright, well I'll roll.
He says he killed each one a different way. He got creative with it.
Good quality man.
Yeah. He's trying to impress you. He's obviously still trying to impress you.
She wants to roll diplomacy and say to Barrqlae, let's just skip all the tomfoolery and get down to business. I know what you want, and you know what I want. So let's go get busy. Let's get down to business, wink wink. And that's gonna be a 26.
Alright, he'll take you back to his lab. He's like, no problem. So he winks and he says, attacks you to take his hand. He says, are you willing to come with me?
Yes, I touch his hand and I use my Samsara sensual touch to caress, and I want to see what kind of bonus I get from him.
Alright, you're about to get all kinds of bonuses, magically. Yeah. You can now cast any spell 2 levels higher than you normally could. For an hour, at least.
Yeah.
Yep. You also get a spell resistance of 10.
So we go back to his room?
Yeah, well, you go back to the lab in the keep of Westport. You appear, you're in the same room as the teleporter. You're on like one of these operation tables where he builds these things. And he opens a small hidden safe in the wall and pulls out something and says, I have a present for you.
What have you for me?
He hands you a soul shard.
Woo.
He says, just like you asked for.
Ah. Excellent. Well, I'm going to grasp said soul shard, and then I stick it right in your butthole, and I'm going to cast...
Oh, wait. This soul shard is shaped like a butt plug. It's a very unique soul shard. It's a custom soul shard. None of the other ones are this shape. He definitely made yours custom. This one's been carved and polished. It's the same black, like it's like obsidian. It looks like obsidian, but it's been made into a butt plug for sure.
So he's been thinking about your butthole and like carving
a point on Barrqlae real quick, so he has to roll double time.
And
then I'm going to cast Magic Jar while grasping my soul stone. By casting Magic Jar, you place your soul in a gem or large crystal known as the Magic Jar, leaving your body lifeless. However, I want to use the soul in my gem to replace his soul in his body and put his soul into my gem.
So you want to take over that body and swap.
Put a chunk of my soul into his body and put his soul into the gem.
Okay. Like a chunk of your soul, or like your whole soul leaves your body lifeless? Like, so you'll be controlling that body.
No,
he'll be in the shard.
These are like Horcruxes, basically. That's the way I'm seeing it. I have 2 soul shards, one on my possession, the other one in my hand. I want to get a chunk of my soul, put it into his body, take his soul, and put it into that soul shard. Using my Magic Jar spell.
I know how you move your soul. I'm just not sure how you move his soul.
You can attempt to take control of a nearby body, forcing its soul into the Magic Jar.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're using the shard as his jar, and then you're using the spell twice. Once to put him in there, and another time to put yourself into him.
Yes.
I get it.
So
if you cast that spell twice, I'll allow you to try this. I get what kind of save? And I have to roll twice on one of them?
Save.
And I have to roll twice? One of them I have to roll twice, and I have to take the worst, right?
Yeah, you have to roll twice, take the worst, man -1 for the spell that Bobby gave me. You got to be 20.
I rolled a 4, so even with my bonus, which is pretty high, I'm only going to have a 13.
His soul is in
So the first one you do is you sucked his soul out of that body into the gem. So now that golem body goes lifeless, and his soul is stuck in the gem.
So his soul is just up Cersei's butt.
Well, it's about to be if that's where she keeps it, which is I think will not upset him in any way. So whatever.
So the way I see it is, that's my soul shard. So part of my soul is in there.
Well, no, because you have to hold it for 24 hours before it gets imparted to you. So you're not in there yet.
I thought that was my previous. He already had 2 soul shards.
Oh, from you? Then yes.
Yeah.
I forgot you joined the military.
The butt plug soul shard he gave me was the one that I was seeking from him earlier.
Correct.
So I want my soul to be pushed out into his lifeless body.
All right.
Chunk of my soul.
Boom. You now have a backup Cersei. The soul shard in this bot, in the Barrqlae body, won't activate until your soul leaves your body. So you have to die before you can activate the golem. But yes, you now have your soul in that shard that's inside that body, which is lifeless until you die and your soul animates it. And you have Barrqlae's soul in the shard in your hand.
Alright, so we got Barrqlae's soul at least.
Alright, well, it's still partially undead, so why don't I just...
Yeah, it is. It's a zombie body.
Yeah, I'll command undead and get him to take me into the gnome holding cells.
Alright, those are in Northport, and it does not controlled by Barrqlae anymore, so it doesn't know what you mean. Like, it can follow orders, but it doesn't know where gnome holding cells are. It doesn't have Barrqlae's memories anymore. It's just a body. So it doesn't know where that is or what that means.
Alright, well, I'm just going to get him to follow me back to the hut, and we'll make some more plans.
Alright, you have this golem that looks like Barrqlae's old body follow you back to the hut, and you have your butt plug. You would know that you wouldn't want to continue holding it, or that would also become a soul reservoir for you again. I mean, I guess that's not bad. You would have an extra crystal, but you might end up sharing it with Barrqlae if you hold it too long. So that means you would die 3 times. Now you have 3 soul shards basically if you hold it for 24 hours. First time you'd go in the golem body. Second time you'd go in the next one. Third time you'd end up in the side of the shard with Barrqlae.
That's fine. If I came back as a Cersei/Barrqlae, that would be interesting.
And that'd be okay with Barrqlae too, right? So.
Like I said, you gave me a fun little thing. I'll take that fun little thing.
All right. Are you gonna stick it up your butt? that's where it belongs, I guess.
We gotta figure out how to weekend at Bernie's.
Well, Cersei's got it. He's under control. He's just walking around like it'll do whatever she says, but it doesn't have any of Barrqlae's memories or it's not his soul in it anymore. So it's obviously slightly different. It is like Weekend at Bernie's. It's more like I'm a zombie now, other than I'm a human soul moving a weird zombie body.
All right. Well, so I'm gonna tell everybody what happened. I'm like, I didn't even really have to bang this guy, but I got this butt plug soul shard that has both my soul, a chunk of my soul, and Barrqlae residing in it. And now we've got Golem Barrqlae under our control for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Or I could just disguise myself as Barrqlae and just walk in the damn door.
Let's do that. That sounds better.
Kind of when we need Tom to enter his body.
Yeah. I didn't get a key or anything, though. I don't know what that whole key under the mat was.
That was a sex thing.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's yours.
I think he was saying, if you have sex with me, I'll let you into the factory.
Yeah, that's what I got from it.
It's I'll open the door. Leave the door open.
No, he's doing
if you leave the door open, if you leave the door open, I'll leave the door open type of thing.
You can sneak in my back door.
Yeah.
Alright.
See? There you
Instead, he snuck in yours.
Oh god, I can hex disguise myself as Barrqlae and just cruise on in there.
Oh, well, we're gonna give you. I'm gonna give you 199 of my keys.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 199 of my keys.
Why don't you guys hold on to a key each just in case?
That's why it's 199.
All right. Is everybody okay with this going down?
I like this plan.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sure. Yes.
Alright, so you can change your appearance for a number of hours per day equal to your class level. It's pretty long. So that's several hours, right?
That's 11 hours. My class
that's
level.
plenty of damn hours. So yeah, you're good.
That's all the hours.
Yeah. You got plenty of time to look like this golem thing and pretend to be Barrqlae. As long as you can do a good Barrqlae accent and stuff, you're fine. But you do feel pretty familiar with him. And then once he mentioned that you guys kind of knew each other, you do start to remember things from your previous adventure with him. I mean, he was a great wizard.
Yeah, I got the butt plug. Just put it up my butt. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna roll in there and see what's going on. See if I can get past bitch ass receptionist.
So you go to the factory into the reception area through the front door. All right. So you walk in and the drow secretary is like, she's like, using the door? That's weird. It's not your style, Barrqlae. You getting too old to teleport everywhere or what?
Oh, I can still teleport, and I'll just pop a little quick teleport spell and show her. Boom, right there.
It's just like, you kid, you're just trying to keep me on my toes. I get it.
Right, you're doing good. Keep up the good work.
Don't worry, I was watching the door, just like you tell me to.
I'm gonna head on back and check on the help.
She'll buzz you in. The hobgoblins let you in. You're on the factory floor. I mean, there still seem to be a lot of hobgoblin guards on the factory floor, all well armed. Like this place seems like it's pretty well run. A lot of taskmasters. But the gnomes don't. I mean, the gnomes are like doing really fast movements, like putting these magical items together like one bit at a time, and it's going down a line. Every few minutes, they pour a shot of alcohol and they drink, and then it keeps going. And they have an automatic machine that just dispenses alcohol for them. And they keep working. That's all you see. They don't even look up from their machines. They just, out, shot, work.
Since I have about 11 hours to do this, I'm gonna walk up and down the factory room floor, taking a 20, rolling sleight of hands to drop keys to every worker.
Okay, you just leave keys on the ground. All right, I'll roll some perception checks, see if anyone noticed it.
They would know, right? Too, because where they're from.
They might recognize the keys. The keys are numbered, and they're very special-looking keys. I mean, it's easy to discern this key apart from a normal key, I guess. It's gnome-sized, but and the numbers are gnomish numbers. They're numbers.
Numbers. Got them.
You know, this is the way I was doing it. It's really dumb. Let's roll a percentage to see how many of them notice the keys. That'd be way easier than me rolling a perception check for everyone, because I'm going to have to roll it almost 400 times. So we'll say that half of them, so about 200 of them, will have noticed the keys during this 11 hours you've dropped them, and will either have secreted them away. But there's still half of the keys you drop are still on the floor. And you seem like there's some kind of countdown clock, and it's getting close to shutdown time, and time to rest for the night so they can be ready for work tomorrow.
Alright, well, I'll go and pick up the remainder of the keys.
Alright, roll me sleight of hand for that. Just one. I'll let you just do it in one. I'm still the boss here. I do whatever the fuck I want.
And then I'm gonna, of course, walk into their cells. That's gonna be a 24.
Alright, so at the end of the workday, they all head downstairs into their cells. And there, a lot of them sit and play games or tell stories and laugh until they, seem to start falling asleep. But so you have a couple hours till they all start falling asleep. But right now they're just hanging out in their cells, which seem pretty small to you, but since they're gnomes, pretty spacious for them, really.
Alright.
Bigger than probably the apartments that are inside these little keyhole things. You know what I mean? The apartments are way smaller than these cages are.
Okay. Well, then, are there any guards in the room?
Yeah, there's hobgoblin guards posted every now and then, but they seem to be pretty laid back. And a lot of them even seem to be talking or playing games with the gnomes.
I don't know. They seem to be enjoying it, I guess. Well,
maybe talk to them and ask if they actually are.
Well, they're gonna lie. Well, he's the boss. You always lie to the boss.
I'm gonna walk up to the hobgoblin gnomes and say, I need you to leave me alone for the time being. I wish to conduct some experiments upon one of these gnomes.
Okay, so you're asking all the hobgoblins to leave, or just a couple around an area, or
all of them?
All of them. All right. So you're the boss.
I'm
gonna roll one sense motive. Yeah, roll diplomacy, and I'll try to beat that. But I'm not, because they're hobgoblins and they're dumb. I got 20. Yeah, I got 20. So even that, but that's not natural. I rolled a 16 plus 4, so you're good. So they're okay, boss. You're gonna pull a gnome out of his cell. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to do that. You have access to all these cells. The locks on the outside don't even seem to be keyed. They seem to be like latches you can just turn open and closed.
I'm gonna say if any of you gnomes wish for your freedom, take one of these keys, place it into a door lock, and you will be returned to the Darkwood Forest with your brethren.
All right, they say there's no door locks down here. It says these all have these turn latches. See, and they open it up and like walk outside of their cage and like walk back in and like lock it back. There's no keyhole.
I mean, if they want to leave, then where do they?
Oh yeah,
You're not there, so I don't know who you're asking.
I know.
I can't just like lead a whole 400 fucking gnomes out of the front door. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That'd be a crazy experiment.
There's no lock on the door to get into the cells.
That goes upstairs from you're in the caverns now, basically. That's like so. It's like a hole that leads up. It's more of like a hatch. So it's not like a keyhole necessarily. There's like a crank that you have to like open, and it's probably too hard for the gnomes to open. It's probably more like a human could do it or a hobgoblin can do it, but like the gnomes would probably take two of them to spin it.
I'm gonna summon another magic shelter that has a lock on the front door.
Boom! Oh, there's a genius. All right, you do that.
And I've got 8 hours of
closing and opening the door for a bunch of gnomes.
Close, open,
all right,
close.
You do it 3 by 3. 3 by 3. How many hours do we have?
I have 8 hours.
All right. Let's say,
Or my apologies, 6, I think.
Yeah. I think in that period of time, you could get, I'll roll a percentage die, but I say you probably get a lot of them. 93%. You get almost all the gnomes that were there out. You've reduced...
The other ones are like, no, we kind of like it here.
Yeah, they're like, we get free alcohol, and all they do is make magic crafts all day. The rooms are really big, way bigger than my old room back home. He's like, I moved to the city for a job, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure I want to go back to living in the forest. It's kind of boring there. So yeah, but so 7% stay behind, but the rest all go with your plan, dip out. So Barrqlae is now gone. His workforce is reduced to 7%. His factories will screech to a halt. He will no longer be producing all the magical items throughout the world, which will obviously increase the price of magical items, but otherwise have no effect on anything else. You guys have you've now returned to the Darkwood Forest. Yeah, you also go through the door, I assume.
Yep, I'm the last one out. I'll try to contact these guys
via the bracer.
I'll be like.
I assume you cast light or something in the Darkwood Forest, so you can have some light. Or do you have a torch?
I have light.
Yeah, do that real quick, and then call them up. They can roll perception to see if they hear you.
Perception.
18.
I'm next to you. So
I slap you and be like, hey!
Yeah. I think at this point everyone hears it. You're all together. That's good enough.
Alright. I'll be like, guys, I got your gnomes hanging out in the Darkwood Forest. Bring Broderick, my spider, and Barrqlae back, and let's have a party.
Cool. Yep.
This is good. I'm thinking like Ewok Village at the end of Star Wars party.
Yeah. I definitely agree. All the gnomes are like, yeah, they're all drinking a lot. And that's all they're gonna do now. Is they're just gonna drink and smoke and hang on the forest. They don't have to work ever again. But they will because they're gnomes, and gnomes love crafting. So they're still gonna craft the hell with some shit. So here's what's gonna happen: the world magical, the industrial like version of magical items is going to be crushed. So there's not going to be mass production of magical items anymore, and they're not going to be available around the world without paying a high price. But here in the Darkwood Forest, gnomes will still custom craft magic items at a low price. At a low price to you. So if there's any magical custom items you want crafted, come talk to these dudes. No, you did save them. Yeah, Cersei's saying that she's in Darkwood. You guys are just north of there in a hut, right? So.
We're in the hut. I can just key out of the hut, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You also appear in the Darkwood Forest out of one of those little tiny. First you appear in the tiny apartment, which is like a small demi-plane, a small apartment that doesn't exist in the material plane. It's its own plane. You have your own tiny plane. It's like the tiniest plane you can get. Like I said,
2.0, and I squeeze real hard in there.
I mean, you are dick to dick or dick to butt, of course. You're like grinding. Because it's meant for gnomes, so it's a very small space, but it's enough to put a few things. It's enough for you to like come and go out of. The doors, like I said, are like little portholes, like on a ship. So they're also kind of hard to squeeze through because they're meant for gnomes, but you can do it. And it's a great way to teleport great distances and always have access. As long as you key. So
I guess that can't fit. Yeah, that leaves Broderick, Barrqlae, and my spider up shit creek.
Yeah, anyone that's large. If you're medium, you can fit. If you're large, you need to be smaller to fit through. Correct.
You can be made smaller.
Yes, Juwan can shrink you, can't you?
Yeah.
Juwan can shrink you so you can fit through if you want. As long as you're willing.
I'm just gonna ride Bonsai and walk back with Caesar.
Yeah, you have good survival.
Broderick and Barrqlae and Spider.
All right, roll survival, Alec, to lead the rest of the people that didn't fit with you.
I'll walk back with them just in case.
32 or something. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're able to refine the place. You're down. You found the village. I don't think you're gonna have any incidents on the way there. I'll roll really quick to make sure, but
walk with them just in case
there's just some ghosts. No, you're fine. Other than the fact that the forest is kind of creepy, especially coming from the north. It seems to be much more haunted in the north than in the south. The north part of the forest seems to have a much of the more gnarly dark wood, and it seems to be a bit creepier. But other than the fact that it's creepy, you still make it to the Darkwood Village fine. And if you found the Darkwood Village, that must mean you're wanted there, because that's the way you find the Darkwood Village, is if they want you to visit. And so Periphery welcomes you, and they're having a big party, and you guys are welcome to join the party. Everyone's getting drunk. All these little tiny drunk gnomes, they're like up to your knees, and they're just having a great time.
Saving the gnomes was like my baby. It's like, cause I couldn't save the Oriads. Like I'm like,
yeah. You saved a whole civilization now. You returned to people to their forest.
Real life, months.
Yeah.
And Cersei, she's not really going to be hanging out too much at the party. She's going to be sitting over by the tree, meditating and praying to Urgathoa.
All right. Yeah. I like it.
I'm going to be partying with the Ewoks.
All right. You guys all party. Cersei, what you praying about, dude?
I would like to ask her for guidance. I'll tell her that I'm being pulled in multiple directions to, do good, do evil, just fuck shit up.
Yeah. She says, Urgathoa sighs and says, good, evil. He says, both these concepts are meaningless to me. I believe that you're on the material plane, as I was, to enjoy yourself while you can, and then the afterlife is the weird thing. I'm more while you're here, enjoy yourself. It says, worry about everything else when you're dead.
Alright, well, I'd also like to offer up my giant pet spider as to her and say, this is, what I've brought for you, and perhaps see if she would find it in her great wisdom to allow this spider to stay here and protect the tree.
Yeah, Ramonzel. She says, the spider would do fine in this environment if you want to leave it here as a zombie spider to help protect the forest.
Yeah,
she's fine with it.
I don't want to carry that.
She's interested in this as well because this is the Ermunzel does have a gate to the other planes, and it is tied in with the ghost and the undead. So for her, this is a sacred place. This is a very you saving the gnomes who protect the Darkwood Forest was a good thing in her eyes because it protects the portal for the undead. Like, spirits travel from this realm to the other from here. That's why there's so many ghosts on this island and spirits and blink dogs and things like that. This is a special place. So she's glad that you're helping protect it. This is a sacred sacred site. For her, this is like a temple-worthy place for her. Like,
alright, well, I'm going to go party then.
Can I pray?
That's what she would want. She's all about the party, dog.
Yeah.
You want to pray?
Can I pray to Milani?
Yeah. High five. Milani gives you like a super God high five.
Yeah, like, hey, what's up, my goddess of revolution?
Yeah. You did it, man.
Like, Viva la revolution!
It's like, yeah, you're on the track, man.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you.
Working on it, my homemistress.
She says, I'm sure your friends you're with now could lead you in the right direction.
Hey, can I summon monster level 4? Do a dire boar and throw that on the fire?
Yeah. Super dank. Big for them. That's a huge meal. They would love that. Make a big barbecue.
I could either do that or a grizzly bear or a lion.
I think the boar sounds the tastiest, really.
Ooh, yeah. Let's summon some dolphins. Get a little surf and turf.
Surf and turf. I like it.
I think boar would be good. Let's have a pig picking then.
All right, pig picking.
Cute.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a big old pig picking. You guys have fun. Gnomes have a good time. You have a good time. Periphery thanks you.
I'll just remain vegetarian at this pig picking, but I'll participate in the the revelry.
Yeah, you still party. You just don't eat the meat. I get it.
Grow some lettuce. Go to town. Go to town on some lettuce.
I can forage. I'm a forager.
Fabricus remains. He comes back, so you've got Fabricus back.
Fabricus!
I say you're welcome, Periphery. Happy to help.
He's excited. He got his people back. They celebrate. They worship their god Nephis. Yeah, they're playing dice games and jug. They're just making, some of them have already started crafting things of their own now that they're back home and they can craft whatever they want to craft and not just work on an assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Periphery starts revealing more stories to you guys, and reveals how he became a Door Lord whenever he encountered.
Hey, what are you, a Time Lord?
No, Door
Are you
Lord.
a Time Lord? No, I'm just a Door Lord.
I'm a door boy.
But yeah. So he learned some secrets of magic from his god Nephis about 100 years ago when he came across some adventurers and crossed paths with them and did some stuff with them. That's how he met Longa and also Barrqlae. He's familiar with these people, but doesn't acquaint himself with them very much. He tries to remain isolated. But during this time was when he was studying the idea of the door, what a door is and what door means and how doors work. And he was the one that developed these magical portals that you guys have now, that you have keys to. Just the idea of doors in general. He can actually teleport, unlike you guys who can only use these keys in this one door. You can literally use any door in the world and teleport anywhere to any other door in the world. He's like developed this kind of, he starts telling you about this kind of knowledge as a door lord. Yeah, but he's learned, and it's a lot of this magic is the ability to drive most people crazy. So it's a very strange kind of magic. You can create doors at will too, so he doesn't have to even find a door. If he wanted to, we could just make a door appear right in front of him and have it take him anywhere he wants to go. He's telling you stories about all this stuff, and he wants to give you guys something for your good work.
No one died today.
He will give you two force runes, and he will offer any one of you. He has one Door Lord ring that he crafted that he's willing to share with one of you.
Ooh.
Whoever you think can handle it.
It's one of y'all's babies, but can't handle it. It sounds like there's going to be a will save involved.
Well, it's a Door Lord ring, so. In the stories he told, it's the ability to open doors to anywhere can be a very powerful and very dangerous kind of magic, and can definitely lead to some insanity in the less prepared minds.
Can I roll a spellcraft on that bad boy? Or Knowledge Arcana?
Yeah.
What would you like?
Either one would work. Spellcraft would be trying to use it, though, so if you do that, you'd have to wear it. Arcana would just be understanding it.
I think it's probably Harlock or Alex.
Yeah, then you probably just want to do Arcana.
Alright, I'll do an Arcana on that. That's going to be a 27.
Alright, so this is Door Lord ring seems to be older. It seems to be different than the one he's currently wearing, a more primitive model. So this is something he probably developed when he was first discovering this ability. And it seems to be not attuned to any particular location. So like the keys you have, are attuned to those doors that are attuned to those little apartments. This ring doesn't seem to be attuned to any location. It seems to ping different locations randomly. But apparently if you open any door with it, using the hand, so if you wear it on your left hand or right hand, if you open a door with that hand while wearing the ring, it'll open to a random location.
Cool. Okay. Alright, put it in your offhand.
Can I do a knowledge planes on it? Is that going to get me anything more?
It might.
It's going to be a 22.
I mean, you would know that this random location on it seems to extend beyond the material plane, so yes, wearing this ring might give you access to not just any location on the material plane, but also any random location on any plane. Opening a door with this ring could take you anywhere. Period.
Alright,
and there's no way to determine where, as far as you can tell. Like I said, it seems to be like very random. A classic gnome design, no real purpose, just kind of experiments in magic and crazy crafts. It's a very well-made ring. It's kind of small. You probably have to wear it as like a pinky ring. It's made for a gnome hand, but.
Alright, I'll take that. I wouldn't have done it.
Alright, Door Lord pinky ring. Just make note of which hand you put it on.
Go left.
I am actually left-handed, but I generally open doors with my right hand in real life, so I'm going to put it on my left hand.
Smart. But it's also, you do some pretty good gags with that.
Yeah.
Like, alright, I'll meet you in the office.
Like disappear.
Step on through. Hey, step into my office. Nerd.
Nerd. I'm out of here, loser.
Your force runes?
Oh, the force runes, they can be activated with a command word, which is Periphery's name is backwards, so figure that out. It will create a force blast like a landmine to anyone within 10 feet. So you can like put them somewhere and wait for someone to walk by and then say Periphery's name backwards and then boom.
Sounds like traps. That's something Alec would want. I'll take force runes. Give them both to Alec, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they can use it more than once, right?
Yeah, 66 force damage within 10 feet. They get a reflex save.
Oh, this Door Lord ring is gonna be fun.
No, these particular runes from Periphery, the tracings stay on these runes. They're also crafted by gnomes. They're gnomon runes, so specially carved rock with this inscription upon it. The inscription never fades, and as long as you're capable of saying Periphery's name backwards, Boom.
I'll take one.
10 feet around, 66
I'll take
damage.
one.
Reflex
How much you want?
save, you can do half.
Yeah, I'll take one, but it sounds. I'm trying to figure out how you say the name backwards. Yerper.
It's gonna spell out something hilarious like.
It's YREHPI.
It helps if you say it backwards phonetically.
How do you spell periphery?
I will tell you.
P-E-R?
No, P-O-R, but...
Oh, poor.
Poor.
How I spelled it phonetically.
What's the DM's way to spell it?
It's
How about
P-O-R-P-H-Y-R-Y.
that?
Yeah, that's pretty close. I think that's pretty close. That I would allow.
You're a hit rock.
And it just exploded because you said it. Everyone around you takes 66 damage. Everyone do a reflex save or take 66 damage.
Jerk.
Say that out loud.
You get one.
19.
Alright, 19's fine.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Alright, so you're gonna get...
I'm not holding one of the runes. I just don't figure out how
You
to
said it out loud though, and you're within 10 feet of it because you're all in a group together. It's gonna hurt some of these gnomes too. No, it's also gonna blow up some of these gnomes in periphery.
Oh no.
I'm sure he would have said, "Don't say it now."
Yeah, they're gonna come and take it from
I rolled a natural 1 for periphery, so he's gonna die.
No! I cast Stabilize or Resuscitate or 50 spells.
I'm just kidding. He's just gonna take 66 damage. He might have plenty of health actually. He's got a pretty high level character. He has 52 health, so as long as I don't do 52 damage with 66, we're fine, which I can't do. So yeah, he'll live. He'll just be badly blowed up.
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud. I swear to God.
Yeah, he's fine. He still has 30 hit points, but he got exploded a little bit, and he laughs and he says, "Every time that happens."
And I will cast Cure Life Wounds Mass.
Yeah. And you heal everyone around. Everyone's fine. They'll have a good laugh about it.
How can I use our shields?
To them, that was, yeah, I think you don't understand gnomes. To like gnomes, that's like a very good joke that just happened. They all had a great time just now. They thought that was hilarious. You just blew a bunch of people up on accident. You guys keep partying.
I want to thank Periphery Name Forward for the gifts and
Periphery.
And yeah, sorry, I'm glad we could help because that was our baby. We did it.
Also, this Door Lord ring is gonna be hilarious.
Dude, so many shenanigans.
Tune in next time for even more shenanigans on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons in the theater.